Are you recently retired like me? I'm kind of retired. I mean, I'm getting Social Security and I don't have a job, which I haven't had a job in a long time. So I'm sort of just doing a lot of odds and ends. I sell things on Etsy. I do some surveys to make money. I'm working on YouTube. When I get monetized, perhaps I'll make some money. We shall see. But I don't really feel completely retired because I think I'm always going to be working in some way or another. But I'm 65 and I might as well say I'm retired because I sort of am. Are you? And if you are you having trouble going from saving money to spending money? I am. It's totally different than anything I've ever done. I've always been a saver. In fact, when I was probably 12 or 13, I came into some money. I got like $25 somehow. I don't really remember how, but that was a lot of money to me back in the olden days. And it's still a lot of money to me. But I opened a passbook savings account at our little bank. It was a little passbook. It was a little bitty book that you opened up and they would either stamp it with like the date and then write in the deposit and add it up. It was wonderful. I just loved that little book. I studied it at home. It's like, oh, I could add to this. And then once in a while I would get interest. And that was very cool. I was very excited about compound interest, learning about that. And I've always been like this. I've never stopped loving saving money. It's my thing. It's hard for me to spend money. But in retirement, it's kind of the time to spend money. If you're going to do it now. What do you think? Are you a saver? Is it hard for you to spend? It is for me. As we talk about saving and spending money and how to transition from saving to spending, I'm going to make some blueberry muffins. So I'm going to take an egg, three-fourths cup milk, and I'm using almond milk because I don't drink cow's milk. I can, there's nothing wrong with it, I just don't. So 3/4 cup, and you can use almond milk or oat milk or whatever, the same way you do regular milk. And 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. So I'm using my olive oil because I don't think I have any other kind of oil. And I have the oven preheating to 400 degrees. I'll just mix all these up. So if you're like me, I have considered maybe I'll run out of money and I won't have enough, so I can't spend it. Has that ever crossed your mind? Since I like to save money, it really goes against the grain for me to spend it. But I think you have to do a balancing act and decide what you're going to do. I need to stop talking a minute and put in some flour. I need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. So I'm going to sift it, measure it in here. There's 1/2 cup. There's 1 cup. Whoa. You go back in there. That's too much. One-third of a cup of sugar. Three teaspoons of baking powder. and 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to sift it into my wet ingredients, the egg, the milk, and the oil. So now that everything's in the bowl, I can talk again. So like I said, I've considered, what if I get terribly ill and I need my money for medical bills, or something like that. But I have Medicare. As long as we have Medicare, I have it. And I have a supplement plan, so I know what my costs will be. Basically the $240, $250, whatever it is for the deductible per year, and then certain co-pays on doctor visits, but it's not much out of pocket. It's about $80 a month in addition to the Part B premiums, but it's kind of like I know what to expect, and I like that. Now I'm going to put in the blueberries. And I've heard that if you coat them with flour, they won't all sink to the bottom. So I'm going to move half of them out, and I'm just going to put a little bit of flour in there and give them a toss. Hopefully the flour will coat the blueberries and keep them from sinking to the bottom. And I don't know if I mentioned if I was making blueberry muffins. I'm actually going to make a coffee cake. It's just easier than fiddling with all the muffin things. So, got all that in there. I have everything in the bowl. Now I'll stir those blueberries in gently. Don't want to crush them. And I'm using frozen blueberries. The recipe said either 1 cup of fresh blueberries or 3/4 cup frozen, and I just used a cup of frozen because I like a lot of them. And I have a greased pan here. I'm just going to pour that in. And the reason I'm making these blueberry muffins is I'm going to go visit some family later today, and I thought I'll take something good to eat instead of buying it. Save a little money. So I really can't get out of the habit of saving money, but I can try. I can try to spend some. So are you worried about running out of money? Is that one reason you have trouble spending your money in retirement? I try not to worry about anything. I do try to research it and figure out, is there something I can do? Because I have some retirement plans, a traditional IRA and a Roth IRA, and they don't have the most money in the world in them, but I think it's enough. And if it isn't, oh well. At this point, chances are I'm not going to add to it. And I don't want to really take anything out at this point because I don't need it. So I understand when I'm 70 and a half, I'll have to take the minimum distribution deal, whatever that's called. I should have looked it up, but you know what I mean, probably. Required minimum distribution. You have to start spending your money at 70 and a half. So I have about 5 years to do that. And if I need to, I can take some out before that. It's my money. I can do what I want with it. But for now, I'm good with letting it sit there and grow some interest and grow the bottom line. Another thing, I know this is true for me, I'm kind of attached to my money because, like I said, I've been saving it since I was a kid, and I I would put babysitting money in my savings account. And when I got a job, I would put, probably half of it in there as long as I didn't have a lot of bills to pay because I didn't need it. It was like, I've always lived below my means. So all of that money, goes way back. So it is kind of hard to think about spending it. It's like a friend. It's my oldest friend. And, I don't want to get rid of my old friend, money, but I know I'm going to have to. And that's the thing to do with money, is to spend it sometimes responsibly when you need to or when you want to. One thing to do is to look and see how much money you actually have. Because if you don't know where you stand, it's hard to know how much you can spend. Write down all of the places where you have your money. That could include checking accounts at a credit union or a bank, savings accounts. I know I have one at my credit union with my savings account. I also have a couple online savings accounts that were drawing more interest whenever interest was so low, and they paid better returns, so I did that. And then look at your retirement accounts, like your IRAs or Roth, stocks, bonds, whatever you have. Take a look and kind of figure out where you stand if you don't know. I need to do this. I don't have it all written down in one spot, but I have a number in my head of what I have. And consider your mortgage, if you have a mortgage. If you own your house outright, what is the equity in your house, whether you have a mortgage or you own it outright? Kind of making a list of your assets and what you would be able to spend if you needed to can be a really empowering practice. Keep track of interest and dividends that you're getting, and if you have them rolled over so that they make the balance go up, and then you just keep earning more money because of this extra money that's going in. Know where you stand. Do you have debt? Do you have a mortgage? Do you have credit card debt, student loan debt, any kind of debt? Make a list, and if needed, it might be a good idea to talk to a financial advisor and figure out, should I be paying off some debt? Is it okay to spend the money and still have debt? Just figure out your situation so you know where you stand. I think that's really empowering, is to have a grip on what your finances are so that you are educated and able to make a good decision for yourself. And finally, do you have enough money to where you could go do the things you've always wanted to do, but you haven't done them yet? Traveling, going to visit family more often, taking up a hobby that's expensive, that you couldn't afford to do or didn't think you could afford to do when you were still working, or just never felt like you could spend that money. If there's something you wanted to do all your life, now's the time to do it. Use your young old age to do the things that you've always dreamed of doing, because I'm in my young old age. I'm 65. And I'm not young, but I'm young for being old. And then you'll get into your middle old age and you might have more health problems, or you just might not have the energy or the desire to do things. And then in your old age, you just may not be able to do the things that you've always wanted to do. So do them while you physically can and still want to. I hope I don't die wishing I had done something, because, like I've said before, we have this one life, as far as I know, and we should enjoy it as much as we can. We don't have to scrimp and save our entire lives. I'm talking to myself here. Peg, you don't have to do that. And if it's your first time here, I'm Peg, and my channel is Do It Myself Peg, because I like to do whatever I can for myself. And if you are new and haven't, I'd appreciate if you'd subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and give this video a like if you like it. So one thing I wanted to mention, because this is a little warning for us all, try to do good things with your money. And by that, I just mean do things that make you happy. You know, if you want to give some away as donations to charities or to grandchildren, leave some to them or give them some each year to help them out if they're young adults or something. But try not to pick up bad habits to spend your money on, like gambling or something, where then it's just gone, you know, because you probably will not come out ahead. This is just for me. I like to gamble, but I don't do it very often because I don't like to lose money. And that's what generally happens. I mean, I have won before. One time I was in Las Vegas for work, and I stayed in a casino hotel, and I went down and had dinner and gambled a little bit, and I won off of, I think it was $2 or $3. It wasn't much. It was a slot machine. I won like $800. I was thrilled. But that's the only time I've done anything like that. Normally I spend $20 and it's gone, and that's it. And I refuse to spend more than that. It's like, sure, I have more money than that, but I don't want to lose it. So, just a little warning, and like I said, for myself too, you know, I need to remember to do the good things with my money. I don't want to blow it and wish I hadn't done something. So transitioning from saving to spending, I think should be enjoyable. You know, hopefully we can figure out things we want to do and do them. I want to travel. In fact, I have a trip planned, and I'm having fun planning it, and it's coming up soon, and I really can't wait. I've wanted to do this, and I will talk more about it after I've done it. I wanted to do it for years, decades. So I'm going to do it, and I already want to go back, and I'm not even there yet. So that's how much I want to go there, because I know I can't see everything, and I'm going to spend some money. Can't wait. So if you're a retiree like me or not like me, I hope you can come to terms with your money and transition as needed from a saver to a spender. And if you've always been a spender, you got it made. You don't have to worry. You can just continue doing what you're doing, but do it responsibly, and good luck with your money. Good luck to us all. Okay, the coffee cake is done. It smells delicious. I put some brown sugar on top, so that should be extra, a little bit of a crunch and sweetness, and can't wait to dig into it. But I'm taking it to see family, and I'm also taking a container to bring home a piece or two. Why not? I will enjoy it tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.